Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Native Diaries. Lots in store today. Thrills, spills, heartache, of course. So you know what to do. Grab yourself a cuppa, sit back and enjoy the show. Anyone who keeps native finches will know that it is fraught with heartache. Let's be honest, you know, it's a tough old gig, this. So, listen, let's get that out of the way. Heartache. Last time we were here, the twite had laid her first egg. She just laid one, and as you can see here, a couple of days later, we lost her. So, no rhyme, no reason. Plenty of body weight on her, wasn't egg bound. Just, you know, flying around 1 minute, wasn't puffed up, nothing like that. So just really upsetting. So we haven't checked the egg yet. It's set under a fife. I will check it. I'm not sure, just looking at it in the nest, I'm not 100% certain that it's going to be full. So but I will check it. I'll check to see whether it is full or not. And if it is, well, hopefully we'll have some luck. What I have done is I've taken one of the red colour feeders that I've got, and I've popped that in with the twite cock. So we'll see if we can't breed some twite mules. The feeder I've got is a cross between a Norwich and a red factor, and it, you know, years of breeding. So it's a proper mongrel bird essentially, but it could make nice mules. We'll see. Speaking of mules, well, let's talk about the heartache. We can see from this shot here we had the green finch hen and the Norwich cock laid an egg. We set that underneath some grey wings. Grey wings doing a fabulous job of rearing chicks, but sadly, as we can see from the shot here, the young mule did chip out, didn't make it. So, you know, bit disappointed, but one of those things. But look, plenty of good news to come, so stay tuned. We have, in our muling pairs, we have our Norwich hen with our goldfinch cock. She's sat on the nest now. She hasn't laid yet. She's built a really nice nest, actually. Quite unusual for a Norwich, but she's built a really nice nest. I have partitioned him off at night just in case that he's been getting to the eggs. Goldfinches renowned for doing that. No eggs as yet, but she's just started to come into some condition. So I'm pleased with that. I'm really pleased with that. So hopefully before the season's out, we'll get some eggs, and they will be full. So we'll keep working on that. You know, the challenge with breeding any kind of birds is it's hard. It's not easy at all. And obviously, if you're putting birds from two sort of subspecies together, then you know you're up against it, which is part of the challenge, really. But we'll see. We'll keep plugging away with that. Goldfinches outside. I've been giving them dandelion. I've been giving them mealworms. They have been picking up and then not really showing a great deal of size. So I've started to use, as dandelions are becoming less frequent, I've been giving them some pinkies, and I've also been giving them some of this solution, and this is a dandelion tonic essentially. So I've been putting this in the water with them in the hope that this does them some good and helps them come into condition. So we'll see how that gets on. I've done the same thing with the bullies outside. They have started to pick up nesting material now, which is a great sign. Massive shout out to Shane as well, who suggested I should put some extra cover on them. So I will be doing that. I'll be putting some extra cover on them as well. So but they have started to pick up, so hopefully there'll be some good news. There'll be some nests and then eggs and then chicks. Let's hope so. That would be wonderful, wouldn't it? If you've carried on watching to this point, you probably thought, what's going on in this episode, Matt? You've told us what's not happening in the Native Diaries this week. What is happening? Well, what is happening is we have some success. we have some success. So behind me in the cage here, we have 3 pied lesser redpoll chicks out on the sticks, starting to feed themselves. Lovely little birds, these really nice little birds. Quite light actually, but I don't mind the light ones. I know there is mixed emotions people have over the redpolls, whether they like the pieds, whether they like them white, or whether they like them slightly darker. I don't mind the light ones, which is a good job because I've got mostly light ones. I'm pleased to say the hen is back down again on eggs, so I think she's laid a 4th or 5th egg today, so she's sitting tight now. She is still feeding the young. The young are still in there. They are feeding themselves just about. I want to make sure they're absolutely feeding themselves before I take them away. The cock is feeding them as well. Focusing on the redpolls, well, more good news. The cobalts have hatched 4 young. They are feeding. You can see I've got them on the side of the cage here as I'm ringing them. Now you can see from this shot, this is my thumb, and this is a cobalt redpoll leg with a band on, and you can see just how small the leg is compared to my thumb. And I don't have the steadiest of hands, so I found it quite hard to ring the birds, but I managed to successfully do it. I am pleased to say that we have even more success with our lesser redpolls this year. So just in the cage in the top here, there's a silver hen and a pied cock. Silver's split, or a gat, sorry, is split for pied. She laid 4 eggs. Now she didn't sit them. She didn't sit them at all. Which was, it's not unusual. Sometimes hens will do that. She didn't sit them, but I popped them under a fife. I got them to a stage where I could see they were full. I moved them then to another bird because that fife's eggs hatched. And she wasn't on the nest enough, so I moved them to another bird, and she continued to sit them. Then she walked off them, and they went cold, and I thought, oh, here we go. But I'm pleased to say that one of them has hatched this morning. So it is under a fife. I've been giving it a little bit of top up, just a little bit of food, because it's tiny, just to keep it going, see if I can get it going, get it started really. And what's also interesting is this gat hen is back down. So she's back down on 5 eggs now, and she is sitting them this time. So, we'll keep an eye on her. And that really leaves us with the last, the terrors of the room. The Siskins, they're an absolute nightmare. They are an absolute nightmare, but I am pleased to report we have 1 Siskin chick. It's currently with the redpolls being fed by the cobalt redpolls. You might be able to see it in the palm of my hand here, just after I'd rung it. What was interesting actually, when I looked in the nest and looked at the different mouths, you can see the redpoll's got sort of a red ring round its mouth, but it doesn't seem to bother the cobalt redpolls at all. They seem to be feeding it away. So far, not bad actually, not bad, certainly better than last year. And we're still relatively early in the season, so listen, if you've enjoyed it, hit the subscribe, hit the notification, hit the like button. Loads more to come on our Canary Room shows moving forward. So we've been to see Russell Sykes, from Crufts to Canaries with Russell Sykes. I think we might call that episode. That's going to come up soon. We're back to see Keith Ferry and his Norwich. We'll be back in the Canary Room as well, updating here. We've got a special visit when we went over to Ireland to see Mike Farrer and some of his fantastic Norwich Canaries. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Until next time, everyone, take care.